Also, I have another question, to scale up the business, like somehow like founders are still very involved. And then, sometimes there are new ideas, like just imagine, let's say that we would like to create newsletter every week, something like that. And then, the other operation needs to be ongoing. The delivery also still need ongoing.
So here's how I see it, guys. Yeah. Let's talk about kind of delegation here. This is something that I go over with founders inside of FounderUs all the time. And I find that from the thousands of founders I've helped, it helps change their perspective on how to go and delegate. So this is like the delegation math calculator. Let's talk about your newsletter for a second, okay? You publish that, say, once a week, right? Let's just say if you had someone going and writing your newsletter, how much time would that save you every week, do you think?
4 hours, let's say.
4 hours. Yeah, that sounds reasonable, honestly, because it takes like an hour or so to ideate it, hour or so to write it, then you got to edit it, then you got to publish it. And then sometimes there's also little hiccups and everything's not linear. So it's 4 a week or 16 hours a month. That sounds reasonable to me. When you think about your own hourly rate, okay, that if you were going and doing the best revenue generating stuff for your company, what do you think your hourly rate is worth? My hourly rate has grown over the years. It's now 15 grand an hour. But it used to be, when I was like a decade ago, let's say it was more like 5K an hour. What do you think that your hourly rate is?
I think it's, let's say 1,000.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's reasonable. Okay. And then let's get into a newsletter writer. Okay. So let's just say a newsletter writer, because I've hired a lot of different writers. Let's just say that they were, how much do you think? Like I would guess maybe for 4 a month, maybe you just need like a $2,500 newsletter writer.
Yes, $2,500. That's true.
Okay, let's just use that as a guesstimate. And again, oftentimes, guys, it's just good to do back and napkin math like this. Okay, it doesn't need to always be like super perfect, especially just to evaluate a situation quick. Sometimes back and napkin, I built multiple empires just on the back of a napkin. So we're just going to keep it simple here. I also call this caveman math, right? It doesn't need to be pretty. We just need to just basically get just like the nuts and bolts of it. So what's going on here, okay? Well, this automatically calculated your kind of like delegation math. When we look at the 16 hours that you're saving in a given month, and it's $1,000 hourly rate back in napkin, if you were to say reallocate your time to being more involved in your sales process, closing more customers, renewing people, all that good stuff that you could be doing if you weren't so bogged down with the newsletter, let's say, you would make that's $16,000 of your time. Let's just even say that your profit margin is 50%, okay? Let's just say. Does that sound about reasonable, or what's your profit margin?
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable, actually.
Okay, so I just want to double check because I want, again, the caveman math to check out. The profit then from your reallocated time is 50% of 16K or 8,000, which means that when we take the profit after the hire, so 8,000 minus 2,500, you would make 5,500 from that reallocated time. Now, if you then look at the ROI of that hire then, which is the 5,500 divided by 2,500, your ROI on that hire is 2.2, meaning you make a 2x return on that investment from hiring that person, getting your time back, and allocating it to other higher revenue generating tasks. This is how I approach the hires across all of my businesses. I think it's our job as entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurs are really just investors. We're investors of our energy, our time, and our money. The best entrepreneurs are really just the best investors. And our job is to go and invest in the things that have the highest ROI all the way through to the lowest ROI. And so what you may want to do is I'll go and share this with you in the chat. So everyone has that. And you can go and see in there, like you could go and guys rig this up for yourself. You could go and you go to file, make a copy of this, and then you can go and edit this for yourself. And I just want to go and help all you guys out so you can start to kind of make decisions on hiring in your businesses, guys, and be able to scale up to that next level.